Hello, y'all. It is time to breathe again on the latest Boca Sports webcast, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You see Patrick with me, Charles, and Patrick. We have a lot, well, as usual, to get to. So let's jump right in it. So college football this past week. Was it a whole bunch of big games on the schedule? There are some coming up this week, but last week
a lot of furniture moving. Holy cow.
But last week there wasn't a whole bunch of big games, but as usual, you have storylines that materialize. So what caught your eye from last week?
All right, I'm gonna go big. Go big, go home right off the bat. Illinois, Indiana. Holy crap. What a statement game. Indiana was not playing. I looked at that score. One time it was 7-0. Next thing I know, it's 28-7. Next thing I know, it's 45-10. I was like, Indiana just ran away with that game. Miami, Florida. Look, I watched Carson Beck for 2 years playing at Georgia. And to me, I don't think he's running away. I don't think the U is back just because they're 4-0. They're not back yet. Let's calm down just a minute. Okay. Florida State looked really good. I know they're going against Kent State, but Florida State looked really good in their game. And Ole Miss made a huge statement against Tulane. But the big game that I wanted to point out, Michigan and Nebraska. Michigan won that game, but man, Nebraska made it a game. So I give Nebraska a huge props on making that a game. I mean, I felt Nebraska could win it. Hell, I think I even picked them.
Yeah,
but Nebraska just they didn't stop. I mean, even when they were down, they didn't stop. So kudos to them.
All right. So there's a couple of comments in here. So Aaron, we will get to the football because he addressed me directly with this Arizona Cardinals comments, and he's actually doing the live stream since he is a big fan. So we will get to that in a little bit. Otto, hi, how are you doing? Both of us had the Ravens and Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So we're still good with those. I know the Ravens haven't had the best start, but we still have the Eagles and Ravens in there. And we're not coming off of that until proven otherwise. And more on that in a minute, too, when we get to our STFU Club segment.
We sure as hell know the Falcons ain't making it. My God.
But Patrick, one of the games that stuck out to me also, because we talked about this one, Texas Tech and Utah. You talk about statements. Indiana made one. Texas Tech made one too. Going up there to Salt Lake City and winning that game like they did, 34-10, playing defense. What? Forcing fumbles?
Texas. I know, right? I didn't see that coming. What was my final score? It was like
you had 38-28.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I had 34-24, but both of us had Utah winning, and so Memphis. So they came from behind and beat Arkansas, and Memphis now looks like the team that could be the one coming out of that group of five, your mid-majors, and being in the college football playoff. Everything shakes up good for them.
Hey, hold up, Charles, just 1 second. Hey, Otto, who is your Super Bowl pick? Put it in that comment. I would like to know who you got as well.
Right? Yeah. Don't ask and then don't give your picks either.
Yeah, you got that
right. We get many of these picks on the record as possible. Love it, Patrick. Way to hold accountability. Yeah, there was a couple more good pick on the NC State and Duke, and we'll get into that a little bit. One more before we get to this week's games. Syracuse going into Clemson and knocking off Clemson. Wow. Does not look good.
Yeah, you're
there. And
nor does it look good for your pick.
I pretty much threw that away when
They lost to Tech.
Georgia Tech beat them, really. But yeah, Syracuse going into Death Valley and being Clemson, not looking good for Dabo. And I I actually wrote a story about Mike Gundy. More on that in a minute. But I did a shorty on Dabo Swinney, and he's going out here. When you start trying to name off your resume, you know things are getting bad.
Yeah.
And things are kind of bad now in Clemson. And
that press conference that he did, dude, like
it was a me press conference.
Yep.
And when you start getting there, you know that's when things are starting. That's when you know things are getting hot. That's when you know you are starting to lose the team a little bit. And then all of a sudden you're basically like, I'll go ahead. I'll get a job in about 5 minutes. And maybe he will, Patrick. But if this is his mentality going forward,
and he might as well go ahead and check out because he's done.
Yeah, like what is he gonna do? Like, how long is he gonna be at that next school if he doesn't evolve and adjust?
Yeah. And I look, Dabo's a good he's a good coach. I don't know how great he is, but he is a good coach. And for him not to be hitting the portal the way all the other coaches are hitting it, I commend him for that, right? But at a certain point, like the portal's here to stay, bro. And one of the best people I've seen even utilize it was Kirby Smart, dude. He's just like he uses his recruiting the proper way, and he'll get everything that he needs from recruiting and as much as he can. And then after he gets all of that, then he goes and gets people from the portal. You know, I mean, that's how Zachariah Branch came. You know, he was not coming to Georgia until Smart had his wide receiving core, and then he just added Branch to that wide receiving core. So Dabo has to learn to get out of his own way and use the tools that's in front of him. I mean, just to be hard-headed and be like, I only want you here because you want to be here. Look, man, those boys are only there because you're paying them. It's not because they want to be there. You don't get loyalty like that anymore. You pay for the loyalty you have. And the higher the bill, the more loyalty you get. It's just plain and simple. That's the reason why we're always huge on the 1-year contracts. But Dabo's got to adapt, man. Like sitting here preaching about his resume. Oh, if they don't like winning, fire me, bro. You're gone. Because guess what? The other coach that's coming behind you, he's in the portal. I don't know, man. I want to feel bad for Dabo. At the same time, it's like, but bro, how bad can I feel when you're shooting yourself in the foot? You're literally pulling the trigger and shooting yourself in the foot every time. I don't know, man.
And it's also hard to feel sorry for him when he's coming out here basically puffing his own chest and acting like he's not like he's not the problem. That's basically how he's acting. Mm-hmm. And look, you have all these teams, like you said, they're going into the portal. They've adapted to the NIL model, and it's showing on the field. And when people were talking about Clemson, it was, well, they have all these people returning. I mean, they were ranked 4th in the nation to begin. And like you said, yeah, it's cool when you go in there and recruit. And that's probably still the biggest piece of it, how well you're able to recruit, how well you're able to get people to come to your program and ultimately maybe stay if it's not on these year-to-year contracts. Yeah. But like you said, with Kirby Smart and some of these other coaches, they still do their recruiting. But if there are some gaps that are in their program, that's where the transfer portal comes in. They can get these guys to fill out the roster good. And normally it's a big piece of what they're trying to build for that season. That's the part Dabo Swinney has not really adapted to. and he's still on the old school way of thinking of it's all about recruiting, it's all about recruiting, it's all about recruiting.
But you said a key phrase, Charles, and we cannot forget about this part. It's a huge deal when you go to the portal, like you said. It's a huge deal to fill out your roster for what you're trying to do this season.
Yeah.
Again, players are trying to get these long-term deals, but stick to your 1-year contracts, because guess what? The coaches are already starting to develop a mindset that says we are going to fill out what we need to do to do this year. That's it. I mean, even the coaches are in the mindset of a year-to-year contract, right? So I don't know what I really don't know why Dabo is fighting it so much. He's fighting a losing battle that, I mean, ultimately, he's either going to lose his job and the person that's coming in is going to hit the transfer portal hard, or he's going to keep his job and he's going to be on the hot seat for the next couple of years before he does get fired. I hate to see him get fired. I mean, he is a really good coach, you know. Just stop fighting it. Get out of your own way and do your job.
And speaking of people getting left behind,
you are getting left behind. Go ahead and bring that graphic up.
No, it's not that yet.
Come on. This is where I knew you were going.
Right. No, at least for a few more minutes. But I was going to talk about Mike Gundy, because Mike Gundy got fired today.
Yeah.
And it just goes back to what you were saying about Dabo Swinney, how he's getting left behind. Mike Gundy, pretty much the same mindset. And there was no evolution with him. And Patrick, let me tell you, I saw that game where they lost to Tulsa on Friday night. And you talk about a team and a fan base that was lifeless. That was it. And I mean, the players, I guess they did what they could to try to make it a game. They ended up losing 19-12. But the fan base, you could just see on their faces, it's just like there's nothing to get excited about. And it didn't really look like Mike Gundy really cared. I mean, the losses they were catching from 2023 on, keep in mind, Patrick, in 2023, they were in the Big 12 championship game.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had a 3-9 season last year. They lost 52-0 to Colorado for their last game of the season. We know they got whooped 69-3 by Oregon. And then this loss to Tulsa, I guess the Oklahoma State AD, or the athletic director and the school president, I said, yeah, man, it's time to part ways. And he'd been the coach there for over 20 years. But hey, look, Aaron, if he is listening, if he's getting the listen, Aaron had made a comment on the shorty I did about, or no, the story I did about Mike Gundy, adapt or die. And Mike Gundy, figuratively speaking, he died.
Yep.
And and so I don't know if he's going to get another position. I don't know if he really wants to get another position, because I do think there is a rash of coaches who say, the hell with the NIL transfer portal. I'm not really trying to deal with that anymore. But this was clearly a case of he has lost the program and he had to go.
Yeah, agree.
And so, yeah, I just think it was time. This is a good time, and I get it could be a little bit peculiar. I can't talk right now because you're going into the Big 12 season now, but if you weren't going to make the change now, then I guess when they get beat 45-3 by said Big 12 team. And now, Patrick, speaking of being left behind, now that graphic. And so going to this graphic here, yeah. So Patrick went 3-3 last week. I went 1-5. Horrible week for me. And the overall record, I am down 3 games. The big thing with this, even though Patrick was 3-3, he won the 2 games that we did not agree on. And that was the Auburn-Oklahoma game. He picked Oklahoma to win. They did win 24-17. and the NC State Duke game that was 45-33, and Duke came from behind. They were down 20-7, and then all of a sudden Duke came back and won 45-33. So those are the records. So those are the records as we go in. Patrick has a 3-game lead
before you let this graphic go.
Yes.
I'm not gonna. What is weird about this graphic is normally this week right here, where one of us goes 1-5, the other one goes 3-3, or something crazy like that. Normally, this happens way later in the season when it is like crazy hard to come back from. So normally this happened last year. Who is it? It happened to me.
Yeah.
Because I had a really big lead, and then I went 1-5 on 1 week, and you went like 4-2, and it was like right back into the mix. I was like, God. Normally this happens later in the season, so hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Hopefully I got my
bad. For you, I mean, I hope it happens to you, because I'd really love to go 4-0. You know what I mean?
I get my bad week out now, and so now
I went at 500, so I got my bad week out too.
and so with that, so that's where we stand. Patrick is already up 3 games. So now we go into this week, and man, lots of bangers. I know we're going to talk about one game in particular, but Patrick, since you're in the league, go ahead and get started with one of those other games that you are looking out for.
Okay, well, I'm going straight in, dog. Georgia, Alabama. You know I'm doing it. You know I'm doing this one.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
Right. So I'm going to do it before Pat McAfee does. You ready? Them dogs. Blackout. They're 5-1 with the blackouts. Their only loss came to Alabama. 2018, I think, something like that. Whatever.
That's what I think it was 2008.
2008. Okay. But Kirby Smart doesn't lose at home. He doesn't lose at home very much. So give me them dogs. Oh. Now watch. I'm telling you, he will go he'll go somewhere right in there with them dogs. Right there. Now, if he says roll tide, I'm gonna be like, you only doing that because you saw the show.
Now, Patrick, I have to tell you, College Game Day will not be there. They will be at Oregon and Penn State for their whiteout game.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Of course, Penn State has got to overshadow the dogs and going in their blackout. We do it 7 times. This is our 7th time. Penn State does it every year. I want to hear that. God, 7th time we wore our black jerseys.
Well, what's
black
the final
jerseys?
What's the final score? And hopefully it ain't to y'all funeral.
I'm gonna go. Man, it better not. I will strangle. I'm gonna go Georgia, of course. I'm gonna go Georgia. We're at home. Offense looked pretty good last game. Defense struggled, but I don't think they're gonna have that problem this time. We had a bye week, getting ready for that Alabama offense that they're bringing to between the hedges. So I'm gonna go Georgia. I'm gonna go Georgia 33, Alabama 20.
Okay. Solid victory, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, how many times? What y'all winning streak at home now? It's like 30-something games, 33
30-something games, something like that.
All right. Now,
our last loss at home, I think, was to Alabama.
So
I have to look that up, but I'm almost sure that was our last home loss. Might have been South Carolina.
Yeah, it could have been South Carolina. Yeah. Well,
anyway, quote it.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, I'm gonna say this now. Kirby Smart has struggled. If there is a team he has struggled against in his coaching career, it is Bama. Yes, I get a lot of those games were with Nick Saban coaching them, but they did they did get y'all last year in Tuscaloosa with Caleb DeBoer. If Georgia cannot beat Alabama this time, I'm probably gonna say I will never pick Georgia to beat Alabama again.
If we don't beat Alabama this time, I'm never picking Georgia to beat Alabama again.
So I think Georgia, it has the better team. Alabama, of course, with Ryan Williams, he is a game-breaking player. Got to make sure he is taken care of, covered well. Remember the game against Tennessee where Tennessee was able to get some big plays on y'all. Y'all shored it up in the second half. Can't let that happen against Alabama, because I do think if that's Alabama's chance. If Ryan Williams is able to get some big plays, then Alabama can go in between the hedges and take this game. If not, then that's where I think Georgia can put some distance between, because I think Ty Simpson would struggle against the pass rush that y'all will bring at home. And I think that can be some interceptions that happen with that, or some forced fumbles, some sack fumbles.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to pick Georgia too. But if y'all can't get it done this time, every time y'all play Georgia or every time y'all play Alabama, I'm picking Alabama now on. I don't care where they play. But
if we can't beat them this time, I don't know what to say at that point, because a team like Georgia should not struggle like that against a team like Alabama. And I'm not discrediting Alabama by no means. They're a great team, but I do feel they're poorly coached. I mean, you know, if I'm saying anything about Alabama, I just think they're poorly coached. I don't think DeBoer is who Alabama needs. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you cannot beat Alabama with a poorly coached team, at that point, I'll never pick you again. And I'll wear the shirt and I'll be like, Alabama, 900-10. Because
so my score is 34-24. Georgia winning. Again, if they can win this time, then I don't know when they will ever beat Alabama, but I think this is their year where they will kind of get over that hump. So yeah, 34-24 Georgia here. Let's go over to the game that I guess College Game Day will be at, and that is Oregon and Penn State in Happy Valley up in State College. So we know the story here. Penn State's got a big game. They are at home with this big game. They have Oregon coming in, cross-country flight. And what I will say about Penn State is it seems like they played pretty well against everybody except Ohio State and Michigan. And so now that they have Oregon coming over here, even though Oregon did beat them in the Big Ten championship game last year, but I think that score was 45-37. With this game being in State College, I'm going to do something that I did not think I would really do, and that is I'm going to pick Penn State to win this game. I do think it's going to be close. Oregon's got a very good offense, but what I think will happen is Penn State, between the trenches, will be able to control the line of scrimmage with those running backs, Allen and I forget the other one, but they have two good running backs there. And Drew Ayler will make enough plays to help Penn State get the victory. And I don't see Oregon's offense running all over the field. I think they will score. I mean, Oregon's got a powerful offense. But I think Penn State will be able to match them, and then they'll be able to make a play there. Of course, Penn State will have that bigger game. Not saying this isn't big. I mean, they're top 4 teams. But they have to go to Columbus later on this year. And then, of course, that's when we'll really see what's going on with Penn State. But I think they'll have enough to pull this one out. I'm going Penn State 35-28.
Okay. You said everything that I would say. But here I am going to add this to it. Mm-hmm. Those big running backs that Penn State has, the problem that Oregon cannot do, and I would say this about Alabama as well. the thing that Oregon cannot do is get down 10, because those running backs, Penn State will just run them, and they'll eat that clock. They'll eat that clock all the way down, especially with a 10-point lead. The 2 possessions that would really affect how Oregon plays. And if Penn State can make Oregon very one-dimensional,
that's trouble for Oregon.
That's just trouble for Oregon, because now that potent all defensive line that just came back from last year, Penn State now gets to pin their ears back and just go. And if that happens, forget it. That game will get out of control fast. So Oregon has to keep it close. I will say that. But if it gets 10, if Penn State gets up by 10, you can go ahead and turn that game, because I don't think Oregon can come back from that. With that being said, I'm gonna go Penn State, and I'm gonna go. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think either team's going to get into the 30s. To be honest with you, especially if Penn State does start running the ball a lot. I'm gonna go. Actually, I take that back. They'll get to the 30s. Penn State, 30. Well, they need to get them past 30. 30-24. Penn State.
Yeah, and one more thing, the home field advantage. If they do get down 10, those crowds are going to be on top, both between the hedges and with this whiteout game in State College. So, yes, see, this is Jasmine Poppy. I need to get. I'm working on it. Y'all know.
Get a Discord. He ain't got a Discord.
I have a Discord.
You don't have a Discord.
I have a Discord. It's just not it's not in the updated stages yet. So that's what I gotta do. Oh, it's not even the Dookie look this time. It's the one eye side eye.
One eye. Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, all right, Patrick, what's your next game?
Man, there's so many SEC games.
There's good ones.
It's crazy. But I'm going to go. God, there is so many good games this week.
This is a banger week, man.
This is a banger of a week. Well, I wasn't going to go here, but I know if I don't go here, you're going to go here. Let's go. Where's it at? I'm going to do this. I'm just going to go this way. Duke and Syracuse.
Okay.
Duke and Syracuse. Both of those teams look solid on offense, especially with Duke's comeback being down like 190 points. But Syracuse handling Clemson. I think this is going to be a good game. I wasn't going to go here because we've already done Duke and Syracuse like 3 times already this season.
We haven't done that,
but it's going to be such a good game, dude. It's going to be so good. I'm curious about Duke's success. You know what I mean? I mean, Duke, how well do they handle success, especially after that big comeback they do? I would love to see how that goes throughout the season, but that offense is pretty potent. I just don't think that defense can stop Syracuse. I just don't. I'm going to go Syracuse. I'm going to go Syracuse 33-27.
33-27. Yeah, I like the Syracuse team. I think they are starting to come together. After going off of last season, of course, when they had the victory over Miami, they finished the season off pretty well. Coming into the season, they had the loss to Tennessee in the first game of the season. It was like they done righted the ship, and man, they came in there. There was no fear. They came into Death Valley fully expecting to win that game, and they did. And I think Syracuse could possibly make some noise in the ACC, along with Georgia Tech, Florida State, and Miami. Those appear to be the top 3 teams in the conference. Can Syracuse perhaps get themselves in the conversation there? I think it is possible. And I'm with you. I do think they're a little bit better than Duke at this point, at this time.
But Duke is coming.
Yeah.
Duke is coming.
But with that game being up in Syracuse, I do think Syracuse will have enough to win. I'm gonna go a little bit higher scoring. I think this will be something like, let's go 41. Yeah, 41-33. 41-33.
Dang, you are going up there.
Yeah. And then for my next game, I'm just gonna stay in the SEC here, man. I gotta talk about LSU and Ole Miss.
I knew you would. That's the game I was thinking about going with, and I was like, no, I'm gonna go a different direction. We'll see where he goes. But if I knew if I didn't go there, you were going to go.
All right. And so this one, I like Ole Miss here. Reason why I like Ole Miss here is because I am not sure about LSU's offense against better defenses. They struggled against Clemson, scored 17 points in that game. They scored 13 points against Florida on offense. Remember, their other touchdown was a pick six.
Yeah.
So now they're going to Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss's defense is starting to round into shape as well. And this game is in Oxford down there in the SIP.
Yeah.
I would not be shocked if LSU does win this game because LSU, I mean, they're plenty talented. It's not like they have no talent there. But I am not the most confident in Garrett Nussmeier and those receivers getting the job done. I don't know
the way they've been dropping the ball.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I think Ole Miss's offense is starting to click as well. As good as LSU's defense is, I don't really see them holding them below 27 points. And I think they'll probably, actually, I think that's probably a good number there because LSU's defense is pretty good. But I think Ole Miss will be able to score enough to win this game. And I think they will win. I can see them winning by double digits. 27-16 is what I have. Ole Miss winning.
Woo! Dude, come on.
Yeah.
Not much I could say. And the fact that you picked 27-16 really kind of grinds.
Did that mess up your score?
Yes, I was going to go 27-17. Dang. Okay, but I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I agree with you that LSU defense is rock solid. But like you said, they're going to the SIP. What can I say? I'm gonna go. God, I really wanted that score.
That's so funny.
Let's go 28. We'll go 28-20.
Okay.
28-20 Ole Miss.
Like it. Yeah, If LSU showed me a little bit more on offense, I was very tempted to pick LSU, but I just don't know. Unless they have some sort of offensive palooza going on, I just don't see, I don't see where they can go up to Oxford and win that game. So, all right, last game for you, Patrick. What you got?
Oh God, we'll go here. USC, Illinois.
I had a feeling you may pick that game.
Yeah, I
wrote them all down. I did. I went through and I said,
I was thinking about the South Alabama North Texas game. I was actually everybody's like, "Oh, North Texas is going to smack them," and I'm like, I would have
that was good, man.
I would have North Texas winning, but I don't know what's the cover on that.
Ooh, I don't know.
17.
Yeah, it was. I do think it was in the double digits.
Yeah, give me a sec. I'll look it up.
All right.
North Texas
On USC and Illinois.
12.5.
Okay. What you're going?
I don't know. I can see 12. I think earlier this week, like yesterday, I think it was like at 16 and a half. Now it's 12 and a half. I could see 12. I think South Alabama could cover it, but I was thinking about going that game, but I didn't. I also thought about going Auburn, Texas A&M.
Yeah, that could be a good one too.
That's going to be good. But I'm going to go here. USC and Illinois. So USC is making some noise and didn't start ranked, but now they're ranked 21 and making some good football plays out there. You know, I mean, you know me, I don't like them.
Yeah,
I don't like them, and so obviously I'm gonna go Illinois just because of the despite. But I do have to give USC some credit on how well they're playing right now. And now the question is Illinois just took a hit. What'd they drop? 14 spots? Which, yeah, this is insane what these rankings are doing this year.
This one is, I would say this is a little bit more justified because they got smashed.
Yeah, smashed. But,
and they were ninth, Patrick. Like they were ninth going in there, and Indiana was 19.
Yeah.
And so I
agree with you, but man, they're relentless on a losing team, dude.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
they are relentless. Alabama hit it earlier, then Notre Dame hit it. It's just Clemson is now not even ranked at all. I don't know, man. I just think they're hitting them hard with the losses.
Quick question on that though. So do you think the reason why they are kind of hitting hard on these rankings is because there is a little bit more of a leeway because you do have the college football playoff? Because years past, even if they got smashed like that, like you said, they're not dropping 14, 15 spots like that.
Well, I think there's a lot that goes with it. Like, for example, how far can you bring up Indiana? Right? How far can you bring up Indiana for losing? But I guess rightfully so, if you're going to bring up Indiana, let's say 4 spots, you got to make sure Illinois is below them because Indiana did beat them. I mean, I guess that's got something to do with it. And I do think that getting smashed the way they got smashed also has something to do with it. But I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't like Notre Dame, and I can tell you right now, they shouldn't have been ranked 24th. They should have been higher. I mean, I get it. They're 0-2. I understand. But to drop them 16 spots after losing 2 ranked games, that were very close. That were very close. That's harsh. And no matter how much Rudy was offsides, I still just don't agree with a 16-point or a 16-spot drop. I just don't agree with it. But I mean, I guess that's where they're going with it. I don't know. We'll really have to see what that looks like when we start seeing a lot more of these closer ranked games and more conference play and da 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 da. That's when we normally start pinpointing like what is the committee really looking at and stuff like that. But anyway, USC Illinois. This has to be a bounce back for Illinois. They have got to come in and play some football. With that being said, I think Illinois is. I think this is one of those times where you're like, I don't want to be on the opposite end of a 63-10 ass whooping. I want to be on the other side of that. You know what I mean? So I think USC is coming into Illinois, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I'm going to go Illinois. That Illinois team can score too, dude. I mean, they can, unless you're Indiana. I'm going to go 24-17 Illinois. They got to have a bounce back game.
Yeah, because that was bad. Man, Illinois' offense looks so bad.
They can score, man. They can score, but man, it looked bad.
They look so bad. I thought at the very least they could run the ball better on Indiana. My goodness. USC is coming in, like you said, they're playing some pretty good ball. And they had a pretty good win over Michigan State as well. I think this one will be close. I mean, the score you have is close, 24-17. I see it being closer than that, but think I'm gonna give USC the nod.
It's a good game to go against me on. I can tell you that. Because USC can win that game. They could.
Yeah, and I think I believe with USC, I think we'll see how this works out. I'm still not ready to say they can compete with the upper teams like Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, hell, maybe even Indiana at this point. But,
I know, right? Who would have thought?
But that Illinois loss. Oof. I think USC is trying to come in with a chip on their shoulders because they have been forgotten about for good reasons. It's not like they were doing anything. But I think I'm going 27-24 USC to pull this game out in Champaign. I think Illinois is going to be in a very, very foul mood from that loss, but I just don't know. It's just maybe it could be a thing of better competition. I don't know if they can score enough, and if they get down by a few points, I don't know if they're going to be able to make that up against a better team. Which I don't know. Which I don't really know if USC is better, but I think they'll have enough to come out here, win this game, and I'm going 27-24 USC.
Okay.
And then I guess for my final game, let's see. We got Indiana at Iowa. That could be a tricky game for Indiana going to Iowa.
Yeah.
Even though they blew out Illinois, but it's always tough to win in Iowa. It just one of those environments that are always tough. Notre Dame and Arkansas is an interesting game. God, I don't necessarily Tennessee, man. Auburn, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Mississippi State. My God,
UCLA, Northwestern.
I know, right? Goodness gracious. Let's go here.
Win.
You know what? God, Ohio State's going to Washington. That could be a tricky game for Ohio State too.
Yeah.
Let's see, because we have we got 2 SEC games, we got 2 Big Ten games, and we got an ACC game. All right, man. We'll give the Big 12 some love, and we're gonna go TCU Arizona State.
Isn't that Thursday game?
That is a Friday game.
Friday game.
Yep. And the game is out in the desert. I'm high on this TCU team, and I'm kind of high on Arizona State too. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be a good one to watch on Friday night. I think, man, TCU's defense will have to step up a little bit more than they have lately. And so I don't know. I mean, I'm high on the TCU team. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go let's see. This is gonna be close too. I think I got Arizona State winning too. I think it will be because Arizona's beat Baylor on a last-second field goal. I think it'll be something similar to that with them being at home. 30-27 Arizona.
Oh shit, dude.
What?
That was exactly.
That was gonna be your score.
I'm sitting here going, "Don't do it." You know it's gonna be close. God,
30.
You pick my score.
I'm sorry. Look, hey, just so y'all know, man, it's not like we were reading each other's minds here. This is definitely a coincidence.
I'm sitting here going, don't pick it. You know it's going to be close.
Yeah. This game, it wouldn't surprise me at all if TCU won by the same score.
Oh yeah, TCU can come into Arizona State and win this game. They can, but I am sticking true to my bite or bark earlier.
Yes,
and TCU was a huge bark. They're a lot better than I thought they were going to be, but they're not as good as they're claiming to be. I don't like their defense. I mean, their defense, like you said, the defense is going to have to step up against that offense. So I'm going to go Arizona. I was going to go 30-27, but I'm going to go Arizona 33-30.
My bad.
All good, I guess. All good.
Yeah, and look, and TCU is my pick to win the Big 12. But I didn't think they were going to go undefeated or run the table or anything. I mean, you could have picked like 6 or 7 teams to win that conference.
God, who did I pick in that conference?
You picked Houston to win that conference.
Oh, I did. That's right.
Yeah,
I still feel good with that pick.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, Houston's been playing some good ball. So those are our games. Huh?
And they got Oregon State. That's actually going to be a good game.
Yeah, so
that's a late one too. I'll be in bed. I'll already be my underwear off and then not out.
So those are our 6 games for this week. So we'll just run them down, not in any particular order, but here are the 6 games. We got TCU, Arizona State. Both of us have Arizona State winning. USC, Illinois. You have Illinois. I have USC, and the rest of them we agree on. LSU, Ole Miss, we both have Mississippi. Oregon, Penn State, we both have Penn State. Bama, Georgia, we both have Georgia. Duke, Syracuse, we both have Syracuse. So
we're only disagreeing on one?
Only one, yeah.
Wow, okay. That didn't happen often. I don't even think that's really happened where we agreed on all. Has it ever?
Not that I know of. But
that's pretty close to have only one difference. Okay.
Yeah, you have to go back to the archives and see. But yeah, like most of the time, if we do disagree, it's normally like 2 or 3 normally. It's where that we just disagree on all of them. So there we are. So those are the games for this week. And we'll see where we stand after this week. Hopefully I can go 6-0, make up for that 1-5 start.
Maybe I'll go 6-0.
And then look, 6-0 with a perfect score somewhere. How about that?
Ooh, you'd be right back in it.
I would.
Do we need to do a special score if we go 6-0 for one? No, you better not, because I did that 3 times last year.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you had 2 perfect weeks. I think you had 2.
2.
Yeah, you had 2 perfect weeks. I had 1. That was the one that actually brought me back that week when I picked Syracuse to beat Miami. That was the one that tied us up.
Yeah. And then I had to reach with
Army
score.
And it worked.
What a reach.
But it worked.
And it worked. I was like, fourth and 30. First down.
So Patrick, let's move on to the NFL. And I know
I'm skipping over it. I'm not even talking about that shit.
Okay. What else then?
How about the Falcons? They suck.
You said you were skipping over that. So
no, I'm skipping over it because I am not reliving a 30-0 loss.
Yeah, y'all did get housed in Charlotte.
We got housed.
Yeah.
I think we're the only team that didn't score last week.
My nephew was very happy, by the way, because he's.
I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna recap this real quick. Hold on. Oh, that's bull crap. We're the only team that didn't score last week.
Y'all got goose egged.
We're the only team that got goose egged last week. Not one other team got goosed. Whatever, dude. Rough. This is the reason why we need Georgia. Anyway, Josh Allen killed it, man. He's looking up really superhuman right now, dude, with the way he's been playing. At the end of last season and then coming into this season, I mean, he's balling, dude. He is balling. I mean, I don't know. I guess lesser or inferior competition, but man, he's balling, dude.
Yeah, he is.
Browns.
Look, I don't. All right, I'll wait. I'll wait because there's been a lot of people basically saying just walk the Green Bay Packers to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
After a couple of weeks, and they lost to the Browns. Give me a break.
Yeah, and the Browns hung 13 in the fourth.
Yeah.
after being up by 10-0. And then the Browns. What?
Yeah.
You got to give a lot of credit to the Browns, man. They just didn't quit. They just kept playing.
And let's just can we just settle down on the Packers to the Super Bowl talk? That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you know, look. If that's the case, then hey, how about them Colts?
Hey, how about this? Daniel Jones looking like the front runner for MVP.
I know, right?
They calling him Indiana Jones and all that now.
Well, I mean, dude.
But he's been balling.
Dude, Colts have been balling, dude. Jonathan Taylor put up like 3 touchdowns on like 160 yards rushing or something crazy like that. So
they have a good game coming up at the Rams, at the LA Rams.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. It finally is gonna be a little bit more of a competitive game for the Colts, I think. Vikings handling the Bengals. I mean, whooping the Bengals. Maybe I should say that.
Yeah, that quarterback situation for Cincinnati. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's funny is my son, he plays fantasy, and we tried to get him. I was like, dude, you got Jamar Chase. Let's try to go get Joe Burrow. And he goes, yeah, but you know, one of my friends has him. He ain't gonna trade him. I was like, put it out there. Trade Josh Allen for Joe Burrow. He goes, okay. So he does it, right? We're trying to, and we're like, dude, just trade. And he goes, I ain't trading. I'm keeping him. We're like, fine, keep him. Game 1, Josh Allen throws up like 40 fantasy points. Game 2, throws up another 30. Game 3, puts up another 30. I was like, maybe we shouldn't trade Josh Allen.
No, because Josh Allen's going to get you the rushing yards as well.
Yep.
And so that's the thing. Now, I can understand you going after Joe Burrow just for that combo. You get
he wanted the combo. But plus he also had, I think he also has the running back as well.
Oh, okay. Brown,
yeah. So, I mean, it would have been a nasty mix to have Chase, Brown, and Burrow. But now Burrow's out, so it don't even matter.
Yeah.
Dude, doesn't matter what you do to the Bucks, man. They're just so poised. I mean, dude, the Jets threw up 21 points on them in the fourth quarter, and they still couldn't beat the Bucks. You know, you got to give the Bucks a lot of credit for what they're doing up there in that offense, man. That offense. Baker Mayfield is just killing it, dude.
Yeah.
And then Bears.
Yeah, the Cowboys are in trouble.
Let me tell you, how do you have that Cowboys defense let Caleb Williams look like a freaking all-star? Caleb Williams threw for like 14 touchdowns on 15 attempts with 390 million passing yards. I mean, just looked like he was the best quarterback on Sunday.
In the league on Sunday. Yes.
Yeah. Looked like he was the best one. Now, you know,
this
won't transfer over to this week, but I'm just saying it was.
Look, this is after, for the Cowboys defense, this is after they gave up over 400 yards to Russell Wilson and the Giants.
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson's not even the starter anymore. Because the Giants are going with Jackson Dart.
Hey, I mean, dude, I like it. Hey, and then last but not least, camera high five. Ready? How about them 49ers? How about them 49ers? I know Aaron's not happy about it, but hey.
You know, it's one of those games, and it's gonna be that type of division this year. When we talked about it on the NFL preview, any four of these teams are capable of winning that division. I really believe that. Arizona, I know Aaron is down on Arizona, but Arizona can play. They have some people there. It's just a matter of, can Kyler Murray make the plays when necessary? Going back to that thing about the quarterbacks, we're not asking for elite. We're not asking for elite quarterback altogether. Can you be elite at the moments when they really matter? That's the question with Arizona.
And then a huge emphasis on not throwing or protecting the ball. You got to protect the ball. And in Murray's case, he tends to have this mindset that even if they're down 3, he's got to have the big downfield shot. And I'm like, you're only down 3, dude. Just like stop trying to force a ball into double and sometimes even triple coverage. A lot of times that gets tipped and then it's an interception. And then he's laying on his back 45, 50 yards down on the other side of the field. And he's like, and I'm like, stop trying to do more than what is necessary. You're trying to take a downfield shot. You're down by 3, and it's literally the third quarter, bro. Calm down. Like, there's a lot of football to be played, right? Just run the ball.
Simple play. Make the simple
play. And then on your point, being elite at the right time, like you said, we're not asking. None of these coaches should be asking, I need you to be elite for 60 minutes. Nobody's asking that. And on top of that, you can't look at a quarterback and say, hey, I need you to throw it 50 times and not expect a mistake. Right? So now I'm sitting here looking at Kyler and I'm like, dude, this dude's throwing 35, 40 times and he has 1 interception, but the 1 interception is like the Brett Favre interception, dude. It comes at the worst time that you can possibly throw an interception. You know what I mean?
The back-breaking interception.
The back-breaking interception where it's like, dude, if you would have just calmed down all of this time up here, it would have never boiled down to this. With all that being said, I think the Cardinals are a fantastic team. I think they are. Just Kyler Murray just needs to settle down, calm down, and stop trying to put a game on your back that doesn't even require you to be elite at this moment. There's like 3 major times that you're ever really having to be elite. Into the first half, into the second half, and somewhere in between. That's it. So calm down, bro. Calm down. There's my games.
And to Aaron's comments, because he said, holy S, we suck. He said we waste our defensive effort and we let another 0.5 half-star quarterback beat us. Yeah, we did have Mac Jones in there. And so, yeah, and it goes back to that because Arizona's defense, they did play well in that game, but hey, the offense, and I think it was more just the defenses were playing pretty good ball there. Yes, you can make some case that Kyler Murray wasn't good. We had Mac Jones in there, so our offense, I wasn't expecting our offense to go in there and score 30 points. But these are good teams. Like I said, the NFC West is truly up for grabs. Seattle can win it. The Rams can win it. Either one of these teams, again, I know Aaron's not high on the Cardinals, but I think Arizona is capable of winning that division. Now we're going to find out because going into next week or Thursday night, they have Seattle coming down to the desert. So we'll see if Arizona can pick it up. And then I know next week we play Jacksonville before going to LA to play the Rams on Thursday night, the next week. So couple more games that kind of stuck out to me. Got to give credit to Detroit going into Baltimore Monday night and winning that game. And they were physical doing it. They ran for over 200 yards. Like Detroit hit Baltimore in the mouth. And
Baltimore was just like
could not stop them. Could not stop them.
It didn't even have the capacity to even figure out what that was.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, I mean, and don't get me wrong. You know, we got asked earlier who's our Super Bowl picks. You know, I'm still good with the Ravens.
Yes.
You know, we said that earlier. I'm still good with the Ravens. Ravens, look, we're only 3 games into the season. We still got 14 more.
Yep.
Plenty of football to be played. So I'm still good with it. But I will say this: if Baltimore does plan on making a run in the playoffs, they better shake that I don't know what just happened look off their face and get ready to play some freaking football, because these teams are not just going to hunker down just because you're the Ravens. They're coming.
And the Buffalo loss, I mean, if there is a stunner for a loss for a week 1, that loss they had in Buffalo, where they were up 40-25 with like less than 4 minutes to go, and they lost that game, is really messing with them. And Derrick Henry right now has a case of the fumbles.
Yeah, he fumbled once every game, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to have to shake that off as well. And then give a shout out to the Chargers. They're sitting at 3-0, and they were able to beat the Broncos. Very good game. I was able to check out a big part of that one. But they won that on a last-second field goal, 23-20, and they're sitting pretty good on top of that AFC West. But any more games for you that you're looking forward to going into this week?
Looking forward to.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be a really good game. Personal opinion, I kind of feel like it's might be like game of the week kind of thing. I really do think it's going to be good. Eagles and Buccaneers. That's going to be a phenomenal game. Jalen Hurts out there for the Eagles and Baker Mayfield doing his thing for the Bucs. Phenomenal. I just see that one having phenomenal game all over it. And then you got what's that one game? Like there was a battle of the sucks. Titans and Texans. Somebody's gonna get a win. Somebody's gonna get a win. Maybe. Unless they tie it, which would be crazy.
Man, the Texans, oof, man. Yeah, they're not looking good.
No.
And this was supposed to be a team that a lot of people felt could get up in the, I guess, amongst the upper teams in the AFC. Going into the season, it was the Bills, the Ravens, and the Chiefs. A lot of people felt it would be those 3, and Houston could break in there. Not a good start for the Texans right now.
No. But I do want to say that I want to mention 2 more games.
Yep.
And then I'll let you do Ravens and Chiefs. If both of these teams need to turn around, both of them. Ravens, I kind of feel need it more than the Chiefs do. But especially after, like you said, after that week 1 loss to the Bills, they just haven't been able to get right. But if you're going to get right, if you are going to get right, do it this week against the Chiefs, and just play football the way you play football. That's it. So I think that's going to be a good game. What was the other one? One more. Where's that? Vikings and Steelers. I think that's going to be a good game as well.
Yeah, that is 9:30 Eastern Sunday morning, because they're going to be playing over in Europe. And I think Minnesota's going to put it on Pittsburgh. Really, like Pittsburgh, I know they're 2-1, but man,
it's a sloppy 2-1, dude.
Yeah, and the Patriots were taking it to them, but 5 turnovers the Patriots had in that game, and Pittsburgh was finally able to take advantage of the 5th one to win that game. For me, man, you pointed out those games, and for me, I think it's the Colts and the Rams. I think that one is going to be pretty interesting to see if the Colts can carry that on. How they've been doing playing in Los Angeles. The Rams are coming off of a tough loss in Philly, where they lost on a blocked field goal return by your Georgia dude, Patrick. Jordan Davis running 19 miles per hour. What?
I know.
36 pounds?
I know, right? That boy can move.
Yo, he was
move.
He was pulling away from cats.
Yeah.
I was like, how would you? What? 336 pounds? They need to put him at tight end.
Our fullback.
18, 19 miles per hour he was running. Are you serious?
What to move, man? People, when I told a couple of cats when I was talking with him when he was playing in Georgia, and he got a fumble recovery and ran it back, and they texted me going, "When did that boy get moved like that?" I was like, "Dude, that boy can move.
Yes,
he can move." I don't know how he does it though. That's what surprised me. Like you said, 336 pounds, and this man is like booking at almost 20 miles an hour.
It was fluid. Like it was fluid. Well, I mean,
and it wasn't like wobbly either. It was yeah, that boy can move. That boy can move. That's the reason why I love watching him play in Georgia, man. He's so fast. His hands are so quick. His feet are so quick. And it just looks like that dude can put him at fullback. Put him at fullback and watch him go.
And then one more. 49ers and the Jaguars. Jaguars, I think, are getting to be a solid team. And so that would be an interesting matchup to see how they handle coming out to the West Coast, see if we can stay undefeated. And so, Patrick, before we head on out, of course, there is so much, and this is where the STFU Club comes in. So for all those people, we brought it up earlier, who were talking about the Packers going to the Super Bowl, all y'all, STFU Club, even if they beat the Browns, dude, it's week 3. We just played 3 games. We're not even in September yet, or at the end of September yet. Can we at least wait till the halfway point of the season before we want to start just throwing teams in there?
Minimal.
Yeah.
Like minimal halfway.
And if you're gonna make a prediction, so let's say you pick the Lions. Let's say you were one of these people who picked the Detroit Lions to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. They got beat pretty soundly in Green Bay in week 1. So now people are like, "Oh, Detroit doesn't look good. We're off the Detroit bandwagon." Really? After one game, y'all are just out? Give me a break. STFU Club for all those people. This is why I said the STFU Club is just going to be overcrowded. We
got way too many nominees and not enough space. You know what? The hell of that. We got plenty of space in the STFU Club. And it's funny because then they go into Baltimore and then beat them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
And now those people who jumped off, oh man, I was all about the Lions.
It's like this. Week 1, Lions lost.
Yeah.
Week 2, week 3, Lions won.
Yeah.
We're back.
I never left.
I never left. We're right here the whole time.
And then the people who are talking about, and we have discussed the tush push a lot, especially lately. And now people are talking about, okay, here's this renewed push. There was a camera shot. This is when the Eagles were playing the Chiefs. You had one of the guys, he jumped. It should have been a false start. Yeah, I get it. But now after that, here's your renewed push to ban the tush push. And
it's a football play. Let it go.
Yeah, but everybody, and that's the thing, Patrick. Now people are saying it's not a football play. It's not a football play. How is it not a football play? I am not understanding how some people can be okay with the QB sneak, but not okay with the tush push. Because they're trying to act like, well, the QB sneak's not really a rugby scrum. That's all that is a rugby scrum.
Exactly.
I don't understand. It's the same thing that is happening. The only difference between the QB sneak and the tush push is you have people trying to push Jalen Hurts in front.
Yeah,
that's it.
And then you got the running back putting his hands on his butt. That's the reason why they call it tush push.
Yep, that's why they call it the tush.
That's it.
Yep, that is it. But for now, all of a sudden, for people to act like it's not a football play, to say it's not a football play, that is complete. Like, what is it? what qualifies as a football play then? Please.
Yeah. It's just like when you remember in baseball how I still disagree with it. Playing against the shift. Like, come on.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Shift has been around forever. And now you want to ban it. And honestly, you can still do a shift. It's not as big of a shift, but you still can do a shift. It's an imaginary line. Come on. Imaginary line. Oh. Can't pass this line. What effing line? There's not one. You know what I mean? So to ban a tush push is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. Don't push on the tush.
Yeah,
push on the back.
And the Eagles do it well, and the other teams can't stop it. That's really what it boils down to. The teams cannot do anything. They're pretty much powerless to stop it because of the way the Eagles execute. So now that they have something where one of the linemen have a false start, this is an unfair advantage. Look, the Eagles have been called for false starts before doing the tush push. It's not. That's nothing new either. And so for everybody to just act like, oh, it's an unfair advantage. Y'all make me sick. All y'all. From Dean Blandino, Jim Nance, because he was on there saying they should ban the tush push. And I'm like, come on, Jim. Jeez, really? You now? You're in there? And so I just don't understand. Bill Cowher is on there. He was on, I think, the Rich Eisen podcast. He was on there talking about, now, to his credit, he's been saying I'll go 2 years. He's been saying for 2 years that he doesn't really like the tush push because of it being a rugby scrum, but he likes the QB sneak. Don't understand this rugby scrum.
Yeah, look.
And so
I personally don't like QB sneaks or the tush push. I could care less. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hate it when it's done against my team. Hate it. But that's the only time you ever hear the outcry. Like, who's mad about the tush push today? Well, let's just go back and see who Philly played last week, and that's who's mad about it. You know what I mean? And 2 weeks down the road, everybody's like, well, why don't you do? Well, I wish my team would do the freaking tush push. Well,
but
you said you hate it, and now you want your team to do it? Come on.
And here's the main thing, Patrick. Nobody. It's not like the Eagles found an unfair advantage and started using it to their favor. Everybody has the ability to do the tush push. If they really want to do the tush push, they could do it. Not everybody has a quarterback who squats 600 pounds. I get it.
I got 3 teams right off the bat that could do it after Philly. Buffalo. My God.
And Buffalo was doing it. Like Buffalo does it pretty frequently with Josh Allen, as a matter of fact. And the Chiefs, we're talking about people who complain, the Chiefs were stopping Buffalo from doing that. They did it in the AFC Championship game last year. And now all of a sudden they're going to come out and they're going to cry. And I'm like, wait a minute, out of all teams to cry about breaks, y'all are going to do that? Kansas City, give me a break.
The Bucs could do it.
Yeah.
But Baker Mayfield, come on.
Yeah.
Baker don't need somebody pushing. That dude freaking push himself. He put his own hands on his own button pushing through.
Yeah, look, tush push all day because it is really just a result of the Eagles doing it so well and everybody being upset because they can't stop it. So now everybody wants to try to ban the play. It's stupid. It's garbage. It's pretty. It's pretty soft actually for everybody.
For such a high contact sport.
Yeah.
Why are we whining about a contact play?
Yeah.
Dude, I hope ESPN has their little social media peasants going through this. Tell your people to stop whining. It's so bad. And ooh, say our name. Say our name. Say my name, ESPN, and see and just watch us blow up.
It's everybody too, man. It's not just the people on ESPN. It's really across the board.
There's a lot of people. I mean, I've seen it at Fox Sports. I've seen it at CBS. I've seen it everywhere. The only place I haven't seen it where they're all like, "Oh God, we need to ban it." Both of sports,
right? Exactly.
Both of sports. We don't whine. We just, tagline. We don't whine. We just
tagline. Yeah, we'll use that as a hashtag.
Yeah, we don't whine. We just play.
So, Patrick, before we hop on out, what is coming up for Bro Epic?
So we are in season 2. We released the first episode of season 2, Brantley versus Preston, and boy, they were, I mean, slinging water balloons at each other.
I saw that. I was like, God.
Yeah, they were slinging it too. I mean, they point blank. Wow, and you could hear them. Oh, dude, I was laughing the whole time. But we are in season 2, so episode 2 will probably be released tomorrow. I know I haven't been back on my Friday wrap ups, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. I was supposed to have done one last week, but I didn't do it. I was busy with other stuff. And then October, so next month, we should be filming our Parents versus Kids kickball game. And then after that, we got season 3 of whoever Brantley challenges. So be on the lookout for that.
All right. And with us, look out for some sort of a baseball preview. Patrick and I will talk about that and to see how we get that in there. But look out for that. And since shorties are coming back, I got one in there last week. I know Patrick has said that he wants to get back on there as well. So look for those and look for some of these new shows as well coming on through other days of the week. So lots coming. And on both products, on both sides with Bro Epic and both with sports. And whoever is there watching us, keeping up with us, we thank you for the support and we thank you for watching the products and keep watching because the best is yet to come. So with that will conclude this edition of the Both of Sports webcast. That's what we are breathing on for this evening. Y'all make sure y'all visit the Both of Sports YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, and follow the Both of Sports Facebook page. Everybody take care, enjoy the games, and we will see y'all in the next few days or so. Y'all take it easy. Good night.
Go Dogs.